Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of the adult persuasion, rev up your engines, grab your helmets, because it's time to kick off another wild ride with Kickstands Up Radio. We're revving our mics, twisting the throttle, and gearing up to deliver another dose of biker banter. So, grab your favorite leather jacket, hop on your hog, and let's hit the road together on another adventure-packed episode. Get ready to laugh till your handlebars shake. Kickstands Up Radio starts now.
Oh yeah, now this is a biker bar.
Welcome to Kickstands Up Radio, the podcast where we discuss all things motorcycles, from the latest gear to the best routes for your group ride. Here's your host, the Harley Hooligan, Rebel Rider Tony P, and he's here to rev up your engines and tickle your funny bone. So grab a cold one, pull up a leather seat, and let's ride into the hilarious world of biker culture. Just remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room in the garage.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Well. Welcome back to another fun-filled and colorful episode of Kickstands Up Radio. So today we're talking about colors, and no, not racial colors. We're talking about bike colors. So get your mind on fucking track here, and let's talk about the color of your bike and the psychology behind that choice. Before I get too involved in the colors of your bike and the psychology behind your choices, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere else you get your podcasts from. We really do appreciate your support. Now, to start this off, bright warm colors, reds, oranges, yellows, they stimulate energy. They also encourage happiness, while cool and subdued colors, the blues, the greens, the purples, are soothing and calming. But this is what psychology says about colors. Colors that are close to the red spectrum are the warmer colors. That includes the reds, oranges, and yellows. These are warm colors. They evoke emotions ranging from a feeling of warmth and comfort to feelings of anger and hostility. Color psychology is a field that explores how colors can influence human behavior, emotions, and perceptions. Different colors can evoke specific psychological and emotional responses. So here's a general overview of what psychology says about various colors. And just to give you something to peek at while we're talking here, how about this one? Now, this covers every broad spectrum of color that you could possibly imagine on this rainbow chopper. This reminds me of something Indian Larry would almost create. And if I remember correctly, Indian Larry did create something that was very similar, but it was Indian Larry's take on it. God, I miss that dude. He was such a great bike builder. But I don't want to get too far off track here. Reds. Energy, passion. Red, it's often associated with energy, passion, and action. It can stimulate and increase the heart rate, making it a color that grabs attention. It's also linked to love and intensity. You know this. Orange, it's warmth and enthusiasm. Orange is a warm and energetic color. It's associated with enthusiasm, creativity, and warmth. It can create a sense of comfort and positivity. Happiness and positivity. Yellow is often considered in this spectrum. It's associated with sunshine and can evoke feelings of warmth, optimism, and energy. Now, the color green, it's associated more with nature. It's often considered a calming and refreshing color, symbolizing growth, balance, and harmony. Whereas blue, it's a calming color. It's often associated with serenity, tranquility, and stability. Now, blue is the color of my scoot. Yeah, so Blue, it can also have a cooling effect and is widely perceived as trustworthy. Then moving on down the list here is purple. Now, I bet you haven't thought that purple would be associated with luxury, royalty, and sophistication. Not too many sophisticated bikers out there, not in my books anyway. But still, it can also evoke a sense of mystery. Pink, often associated with romance, tenderness, femininity. If I pronounced that right, or if I butchered it, I'm sorry, but okay, whatever. Invoking, warmth, love, and playfulness. Brown, it's kind of a shitty color, but hey, brown's associated with stability and reliability. It's a connection with the earth, a lot like greens are. It can create that sense of warmth and grounding. Gray is really a neutral color, often associated with sophistication, formality, and balance. It can provide a calm and composed atmosphere for y'all. Black, one of the most common bike colors out there, really gets associated with sophistication, elegance, and authority. It can convey a sense of power and formality, whereas white is a purity and simplistic color. Clean, fresh, and openness. It's important to note that cultural and individual differences can also influence color perceptions. Additionally, personal experiences and context play a role in how individuals interpret and respond to different colors. As a result, color psychology is a dynamic and nuanced field that considers a wide range of factors in understanding the impacts of colors and the human psychology. Okay, one area where designers need to be particularly careful in their work is considering cultural differences in color meanings. For example, most Western cultures, white is associated with innocence and black is associated with death and mourning. But in other cultures, particularly like China, Japan, Korea, and other Asian countries, white is often associated with death and mourning, or even bad luck. So, it's important to consider where the uses of a product are coming from. If the majority of users for a particular site are coming from, say, Indonesia, for example, then using green would be a bad idea. But if they're coming from the Middle East, green would be associated with luck, wealth, and even fertility, which might be exactly the kind of message desired. Taking the time to research the exact cultural meaning of colors before committing to a color palette is an important step in the design process, of one that can't be overlooked. Not just because of the cultural differences, but also because of significant effects color can have on a user's behavior. Subtle changes, they have a huge impact. Making even subtle changes to an exact hue can have a big impact on how users perceive that color. For example, navy blue considered loyal and traditional, while bright blue can be modern or even energetic, and light blue can be calming and peaceful. They're all blue, but the effect of adding black or white to change the specific hue is very significant. The same goes for how colors are combined. Red and green, complementary colors, using them right next to each other can create a vibrating effect. And that can be very unpleasing to the eye. But if you lighten the red to a pink and make the green more of a jewel tone, it becomes a striking and unexpected color palette that's immediately memorable and visually appealing. Color, it can also affect performance. as already mentioned, but it can also affect overall behavior among users. Countless case studies have been done comparing effectiveness of different color choices on things like calls to action. HubSpot ran a case study on the effect of switching a button color from green to red on Performable's website and got some very conclusive results. A designer's gut reaction might be green would perform better as it's associated with go, while red would stop and might make people pause before clicking, but results said the opposite. The red button outperformed the green by 21% in case studies, where green significantly outperforms yellow and or orange also. So think of these whenever you're looking at, your color choices on your scoots. I guess the key takeaway here is that the color used in a design does have a significant effect on users' behavior, but the context in which the color is used is a major factor. The buttons, for example, should stand out from surrounding design elements while clashing with them, so on and so forth. I guess in conclusion, insight into the psychology of colors helps foster positive user experiences, and there is no single right color palette for any given application. This is why testing designs with real users is such a vital part of creating a color palette optimized for specific use cases. So what we're really saying here is the color that you're selecting for your scoot, is it a subconscious thing, or is there really some nature behind the selection that you chose? Like I said, my scoot, Harley Ultra Classic Electric Glide, it's a blue color. It's 3 shades of blue. So what does that say about me? I don't know. I know one of my favorite colors is green, but that's just me. Why don't you leave me the comments below on what your bike is? We also have a live feed on our live question or poll, if you would, on our Bookface page for Kickstands Up Radio or on our Brotherhood of Bikers page. So please leave us a comment there. If you haven't already subscribed to us on Facebook, if you haven't already subscribed to us on Bookface, get your ass over there now. Subscribe, follow us. Also, follow us on YouTube. So, your input is, it is necessary. And, before I go into our next segment where we're going to be talking more about colors, but the colors we're talking about in our next segment is biker cuts. That's right. We're going to talk cuts. And the reason that we're going to talk cuts is I was trolling through Bookface and I come across one post from a guy. I'm not going to say his name. I don't have his name in any of the pictures that I'm going to be sharing. But let's talk about it more right after our break and right after our word from our sponsor, rebelroadauthentic.com. At this time, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Rebel Road Authentic. If you're in need of any custom decals, including motorcycle helmet decals or tank decals, reach out to them at rebelroadauthentic@outlook.com. Or you can visit their website and message them directly, rebelroadauthentic.com. They have the largest selection of fonts available online and other unique one-of-a-kind gifts, personalized t-shirts, drink tumblers, and As a special gift to our listeners, if you use your coupon code RADIO at checkout, you will receive a 15% off discount. Alright, welcome back. Guys, don't forget, head on over to rebelroadauthentic.com. They're your one source for so many different items. That is absolutely phenomenal. Before we go on, I just want to announce that we are looking to broaden our horizons. Okay? What I mean by that is, if y'all are in a band, if you know someone in a band, if you know someone that isn't signed, I don't care if it's a local band, whatever it is, guys, we're Kickstands Up Radio. So one thing that we're lacking, besides our talk and our conversations that we're having, but what we're lacking is music. I'd love to hear some great local music that's unsigned. Drop us, a comment down below. Put us in touch. We'd love to be able to get your music on, play it for the masses. See what can be perceived, and no specific genre. Okay, so if you were in a rock band, you're in a country rap band, doesn't matter. I don't care. Send me your music. Let's get it out to the masses and see what people think. Okay? But we'll talk more about that later. What I'd like to talk about now is, let's talk biker cuts. It's also known as vests, cuts, sleeveless jackets, typically worn by riders and members of MCs. These vests are an important part of the motorcycle culture, and they do serve various purposes. Just to name a few: club identification, personalization, practicality, tradition, and protection. One of the most significant aspects of a cut, their role is in club identification. Members of MCs often wear customized cuts adorned with patches, logos, and colors that represent their club's identity. These patches display the club's names, emblems, or any other insignia. Cuts are also a way for individual riders to personalize their riding gear. Riders add patches, pins, accessories to their vests to showcase their interests, their accomplishments, or even their affiliations. In practicality, the sleeveless design and biker cuts, they allow for freedom of movement. You're not restricted, making them practical for, riding bikes. The lack of sleeves also helps keep riders cool in warmer weather. Traditional biker cuts, they've become a tradition in essence in the biker culture, with their roots trackable back to the post-World War II era. They're often associated with the rebellious spirit, the camaraderie of clubs, and protection. While not as protective as full jackets, cuts still provide some level of protection for the upper body that can be made from materials such as, leather, denim, or some other abrasion resistant in the event that you go down, slide, ride, or fall, whatever it is. It's important to note that the use of cuts is most prevalent among members of MCs, especially outlaw MCs. Each club has its own set of rules and traditions regarding the design, display, and so on of the patches on these vests, contributing to the unique identity of the culture of each club. Now, what really got me wanting to talk about this, I was trolling through Bookface one of the pages, or I'm sorry, one of the groups that I belong to on Bookface. This poor guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he had posted a picture of his, of his cut that he's got, and he took it upon himself to add, some patches to it. Some people took offense to it. There are a shitload of comments on it. Some of them were not so nice to the guy. Some of them were supportive of him. To me, it's, not one way or the other. But I like to think out of the 600, 700, 800 comments on this guy's post, more than half of them, I'm going to say probably closer to 3/4 of the comments on this post were slamming this guy. Talking like they were in MCs or they were in, outlaw MCs, so on and so forth. Come on, guys. I mean, Jesus Christ. Get off the Sons of Anarchy, high horse. You're not in an MC. I will guarantee you that over half of the people that commented on there are only commenting to fit in with the masses. I'm sure there are some that are legitimate MCs that do have problems with it. But the patch that he had was this one that you see right here. Okay, yeah, it looks like a 3-piece cut. It is a 3-piece cut, not claiming a territory. Yeah, it is a 3-piece cut, not claiming a territory or anything like that. But hey, arrangements and placements of patches on the cut often signify the wearer's rank and or status within a club, or club-specific patches known as colors. Now, they're typically displayed on the back just like what you see here. However, as I said previously, some MCs are very particular about placement. Okay? Because it does identify with a member's club history or the MC history itself. Bikers' cuts are a symbol of brotherhood, unity within MCs. Wearing matching cuts with club insignias creates a sense of belonging and loyalty among members. Patches and colors on these vests are often earned through dedication, commitment to the club. They're not bought, they're earned. And I could see where this type of cut can stir up and murk up some waters. But, hey, again, give the guy a break. Biker cuts, they are a cultural significance. They're an integral part of the MC culture, both in terms of aesthetics and tradition. The distinctive look of a biker cut is recognizable and iconic. Social interactions, when riders with cuts encounter each other on the road or even at events, there is often a shared sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. The patches on these vests serve as a visual language, allowing riders to quickly identify each other's affiliation and experience within the MC community. Customized style beyond the function of symbolic aspects, biker cuts also allow the riders to express their personal style. Some of these riders may prefer the classic leather cuts adorned with, traditional patches, while others may opt for the denim vests. And it is important to mention that some MCs out there, they don't like leather vests. You can't put their colors on a leather vest. Has to be on denim. And vice versa. Can't be on a denim vest. They got to be on leather. It really does depend on that MC. But like I said, this guy, he had created this vest, put these on there, and he's getting a lot of slack. And I know at the time that I was collecting all the pictures for this, this had 213, 270 comments, and like I said, over half of them are people that was really slamming the dude. I'm not gonna slam the dude. I'm not a keyboard warrior, man. I'm gonna keep on scrolling if I don't agree with it. No reason for me to, even make a comment on it. I'm that type of person. Okay? If you're a keyboard warrior, go right ahead. Do whatever you feel you need to do. Go right ahead. Now, is it dangerous to wear a fake MC 3-piece patch? Yeah, it can be. At least in my opinion, it can be. There's a few significant it can be. There's a few significant details to remember whenever you have a fake 3-piece cut. 3-piece patch. Whenever you have a fake 3-piece patch. And you can buy these patches on Alibaba. You can buy them online. So if you want to buy something like this, display it in your garage, whatever, I don't care. No, and I'm sure nobody else is going to have that problem either. However, when you go and adorn it on a leather vest or a denim vest, that's where you're going to have the issues. You want to be like Sons of Anarchy? You want to be like the Mayans? Guys, these are TV shows. I'm not going to get my ass all up in a binge here, talking about how TV shows and, real life intertwine. Not going to do it. However, is it dangerous to wear that fake 3-piece cut? Wearing a fake or unauthorized MC 3-piece cut can be potentially dangerous and ill-advised, and here are some reasons why. Respect and reputation. MCs, especially outlaw MCs, take their patches very seriously. Wearing a fake 3-piece cut can be seen as disrespectful to legitimate clubs and to their members. It may be perceived as an attempt to associate with a club's reputation, values, or activities without earning the right to do so. Confusion? Yeah. Wearing fake patches can lead to confusion, misunderstandings with other riders or clubs. Legitimate MCs often have strict protocols and hierarchies to display the unauthorized patches, may be perceived as an infringement on established club symbols. Now, if you have safety concerns, if you're wearing a fake 3-piece patch that resembles the insignia of a real MC, you might inadvertently find yourself in a situation that could compromise your safety. Members of legitimate clubs may take offense, leading to confrontations or hostility. You know, and this goes back again to Bookface. I saw a video on Bookface one time. This guy, he was rocking a 3-piece cut, and I can't remember if it was one of the higher ups. It was a HA or it was a Outlaw MC or Vago or something like that. I can't even remember now. But it was a fake patch. And it was identified as a fake patch by another patched member. Riding up, stopped at a stoplight. The real patched member got off his scoot, walked over, and yanked that vest off that guy. He didn't throw it on the ground. He didn't rip it up. He put it in his saddlebag and left. And what did the guy do that was wearing the fake cut? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. And, you know, to those Jax wannabes from Sons of Anarchy, dude, this literally did happen to me, and I laughed my ass off at it. I pulled up at a gas station, pulled up at a gas pump. Old boy pops out of his car with his girl, pumping gas in their car. I think it was a little Honda Accord, some shit like that. I don't even remember exactly. But pops up out of his car, starts pumping gas. I looked over at him. I'll be a son of a bitch. It was a full adorned Sons of Anarchy vest the guy was wearing. He's like, it was me. And it wasn't an MC. I'm not associated with any MCs. I'm not. I used to. I've got out of that lifestyle. No harm, no foul. If you're in it, that's great. Good for you. Stay in it if you choose to. I opted not to at that point. Am I a fan of the Mayans TV show? Yeah. Am I a fan of Sons of Anarchy? Yeah, I am. I like both of them. And, you know, knock on wood, I heard, just for you that are interested in the show, that they are going to be filming a SOA First 9 starting in July. So no, that's just hearsay, though. But anyhow, back to our conversation here. There are legal implications also. Because some MCs, they are very protective of their intellectual property, including their logos and patches. Wearing an unauthorized patch could potentially lead to legal consequences if the club decides to take action for any trademark infringement or other legal issues. Now, cultural sensitivity, yeah. MCs they're deeply rooted in tradition, deeply rooted in respect. Wearing a fake patch could be perceived as a cultural insensitivity, as it may undermine the traditions and values held by a genuine MC. So, it's crucial to understand that the 3-piece patch, they're earned through commitment, loyalty, and often a lengthy initiation process within the legitimate MC. Wearing a fake patch without going through the proper channels can seem as a form of misrepresentation, can lead to negative consequences, to say the least. So, if you're interested in joining an MC, want to express your passion for riding, consider doing it in a way that respects the culture and traditions of the motorcycle community without resorting to unauthorized patches or insignia. Now, the way that you can break it down is this. A 1-piece patch, these guys are lone riders. Often they're worn by independents, lone riders that may not be affiliated with any specific club. It typically represents the rider's personal identity and may include individual or customized patches that reflect style, interests, or achievements. Now, the 2-piece patch, usually these are for riding clubs or organizations, RCs for short. A two-piece patch typically consists of a top rocker and a bottom rocker. The top rocker usually will bear the name of the RC, while the bottom rocker may display the club's location or even chapter. These patches are worn by smaller, non-outlaw riding clubs or organizations. Typically, you'll see an RC on the vest. Now, RC, again, that stands for riding club if you don't know. The three-piece cuts. These are the three-piece patches consisting of the top rocker, center patch, and a bottom rocker. The most common configuration associated with MCs, each piece holds specific significance. Top rocker usually bears the name of the MC. Center patch displays the club's logo, emblem, insignia. And then the bottom rocker indicates location or chapters. Now, a lot of your outlaw MCs, they'll have the three-piece patch, but if you notice on the front of the vest, there's usually more. Usually have the diamond, 1%er. You know, there are 3%ers too. So outlaw MCs, Leos, so on and so forth. Clubs, they're often referred to as MCs. In summary, MCs, crews, riding clubs, all of these terms are used to describe different types of motorcycle organizations with varying levels of structure, formality, and commitment. MCs with their three-piece patch and their hierarchical, structures are often the most formal and traditional, while crews and RCs may be more diverse and flexible in their organization and their goals. In closing, I'd like to offer you, my brothers and sisters, this, the biker's prayer. May the sun rise in front of me, the rain fall behind me, and the wind follow me. May the angels guard my travels, for they know what is ahead of me. Keep me safe through rolling hills and swirling turns. Let the eagle guide me to the mountaintops, and let the moon's light guide me through the night. Lord, thank you for letting me be a biker. Even the Lord protects bikers. Even the Lord, it's written in the Bible that the Lord, he thought of everyone, including us bikers. In Isaiah 49:11, I will make any mountains a road, and my highways shall be raised up. Brothers, sisters, until we speak again, please make sure you keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and the breeze between the knees. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button, follow us. And y'all, hit us up on Bookface, Kickstands Up Radio, Brotherhood of Bikers 2.0. And you can always shoot me over a message for any topics you'd like for us to discuss at kickstandsupradio@gmail.com. Until next time, y'all, be safe out there.
I'm okay. I have my butt.